Ay, 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 what a racket out here. All around me. Guns. Bombs. Screams. What's a man gotta do to get a little peace around these parts, hmm? Well, the clue is right there in the name. You pull out your peacekeeper, you start keeping the peace. Then like a true marksman, you start... She's not even moving. There we go. With your infallible accuracy, you start blasting fools away, declare high noon, you wipe the team, and thus is the life of one Jesse McCree. So what makes McCree special? Well, to start off, you are a wonderful tank buster with nothing to fear. Oh, Jesus! I know what I said, okay? But look, nothing can prepare you for two charging Reinhardts. That's just too much man. But you know what? You split them up and suddenly they're not so big anymore. And the reason you can bust this tank's ass, so to speak, is because of a little thing called... Well, it goes by many names. Some call it right-click, some call it alt-fire, some call it fan the hammer. Nobody calls it that. But that's what the game will call it, is when you put some fool down on his ass by spitting out every last bullet in the gun in one swift burst. You're looking at a 6-shooter with 70 damage per shot. And if I pull up my calculator real quick and I sum that up, that equates to roughly... Ah yes, tank killer. So let's consider all the right circumstances. You land every bullet at close range. You have dealt over 400 damage and you've just killed every one of the cast besides the tanks. But most of the tanks have over 400 health and they live. Yet here they are, lying dead before me. I say that as if I did all the work. I clearly didn't do all the work, but regardless, you are capable. Because you can put them to within an inch of their life with one alt-fire. But after that, do you reload? No, reloading's for chumps. You roll. Why do you roll? Because it instant reloads for you. I made a monk in WoW. I've been rolling for years. When you factor in that roll, you're talking 12 quick shots. 12 shots that most opponents cannot answer in time. The roll could even serve as a dodge. So as if that wasn't enough, you do have one more tool that helps tip the scales in your favor in close-range encounters. McCree has a lot of favorable matchups, but there are some characters who can put up an even fight against him. Reaper, Genji, other McCrees, and Tracer, the pesky little twerp. Yeah, get out of here. Alright, 15 kills. Yeah, let's get some more. Later. We can get more later. So about that little tool I mentioned. It's a stun! Ha! Not so fast now, Tracer! You blinky shit. Yes, McCree packs a flashbang. It's a short-range stun. And it's only a half-a-second stun, but it does hold them in place for a nice bullet or 6. And, crucially, it breaks their channeled abilities, such as Reaper's ultimate. So that's the whole close-range game covered. So, what about when you aren't so close? Well, you know, there's always the... there's always the left click. You think I'm joking? Let me fucking show you something. I know what you're thinking. That's a robot, right? Wrong. That's a very dead robot. That was dead in 2 left clicks. These robots here, 200 health, all of them. That's over half the hero selection. Dead from that same treatment. Your shots do 70 damage at mid-range. A headshot does twice that. You're looking at 140 damage on a headshot. Land any body shot after that from the same distance, and they're gone. But beware any further than this range. Your damage will start to fall off, and off, and off, as low as 35 at its lowest point. So get a feel for where you can land 70 damage. After that, point it a little higher at their head. A lot of people don't like to take 140 damage in one shot. It's not good for their health. But what do you care? Amidst all the nonsense, it's the left click that'll help you pick off the distant healer, and then afterwards turn around and pick off the distant soldier. Granted, it's certainly a lot more difficult than walk in, stun, fan the hammer, and admittedly, you will miss, as I often do, but as demonstrated, you have 6 shots. You need only land a few. Now you're a tire. There she is! So the ultimate, Deadeye. Very powerful, capable of killing anybody. However, it's very difficult to do that, and very unlikely. Easily countered. What can you do to make it work? Well, use it in such a way that the enemies cannot help but walk into your line of sight, such as a crucial objective push, from such a position that they're not looking, away from the rest of your team. The ultimate is a little strange if you don't know how it works. You target enemies within your line of sight and start building up to their total health until you've acquired enough damage to kill them instantly. You build up about 170 damage per second, so for Tracer at 150, she'll die after 1 second in your line of sight. On the opposite end, for Roadhog at 600 health, it'll take over 3 seconds. Once you have lethal on them, a red skull will appear over them, and you fire away. And while you can kill the whole team, it's very unlikely, and you shouldn't aim for it every time. 2 kills is a great payoff. Any higher, you've made a pretty significant impact on the game. Now, for a lot of my Deadeye shots in this game, I only landed 1 kill, but that's okay too, because as long as you nail somebody, especially an important target like Mercy, then you've done alright. Because it's too easily dealt with by enemies who are simply aware, near cover, or in this case, 2 Reinhardts. It's a lot of shielding, it's tough to get your Deadeye through that. That's every last bit of McCree's kit, and all in all it's a very satisfying, fun, and powerful one to be running around with. You can slam down on most characters, and the ones who put up a good fight, well, you'll give them a good fight back. As I said, 2 Reinhardts, that's 2 tanks that need killing, and you are a tank buster. As for the ones who may give you problems, you simply need to learn their patterns, see what they do to respond to you, and try and play around it. Genji's a troublesome one. The deflect can melt you, but you simply need not commit until he blows the deflect. So if you've turned a corner into him, just think about who it is first. Poke at him with a single shot, tempt that deflect out of him, and once you've got it, then you're safe to throw the stun, you're safe to fan the hammer. And if he's not deflecting, then you kill him anyway, remember. That's currently 200 health on Genji, and it's certainly ain't gonna get any higher. As we discussed earlier, that's 3 body shots, or 1 headshot, 1 body. You can beat Genji, as long as you don't fall into his trap. With Reaper, it's all in the Wraith form. If you stun him first and let him Wraith form after, he will beat you. Open up with Alt Fire, you may just kill him instantly, but if you haven't, then you've certainly scared him, and he'll Wraith form away. All you gotta do is reload, manually, since you'll have time, and wait. If he comes out and he's close, stun him and fan again. If you got a little distance on you, left click to finish him off. And Tracer, you simply have to get the stun. She blinks a lot, but she won't blink twice in a row without firing in between. So, wait for that first blink, and in that grace moment where she won't do it again, then you throw the grenade where she's coming out. You now have a choice. If you feel confident a fan's gonna do it before she recalls, do that. But if you are feeling saucy, headshot with left click. The grenade does 25 damage. Headshot on top of that, 140. Dead Tracer. That'll do it, folks. That was McCree. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye for now.